Following that development, we'll bring you updates as we get them. But staying on transport accidents, this time out of Nigeria. Rescuers are searching for survivors in the waters of Potomac River after an American Airlines plane collided mid-air with a military helicopter near Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport outside Washington, D.C. Police say multiple agencies were involved in a search and rescue operation in the river, which borders the airport, and at least 30 bodies have been recovered after an American Airlines flight collided mid-air with a Black Hawk helicopter. The jet was carrying 60 passengers and 4 crew members from Wichita, Kansas, when it crashed near Ronald Reagan National Airport. U.S. President Donald Trump says he has been briefed on the terrible accident and questions why the helicopter did not go up or down.
Support group together, volunteers that come, and there is one family here they're talking to and counseling, but if other families want to come here for support, there is support groups here that they can come talk to. Well, I'm sure all of us probably know somebody that's on that flight, and that's tough. It's really tough. So you don't know who it is, who it impacts, what families. And there'll be some tough times ahead for a lot of people from Wichita and the Wichita area. So it'll be tough.
We're going to Chicago to Dallas, Fort Worth. So there was a bass storm there, so they just sent us here. Oh. Yeah, so, but no relation, I have no idea. We just realized what happened when it was landing here. So they didn't know anything.
We did have folks who were at the airport to pick up loved ones. And so American has set up a center in their in their lounge at the north end of the airport, and we've directed the families there, and there are folks there counselors there to work with the families.
The water that we're operating in is about 8 feet deep. There is wind, there is pieces of ice out there, so it's just dangerous and hard to work in, and because there's not a lot of lights, you're out there searching every square inch of space to see if you can find anybody. Divers are doing the same thing in the water. The water is dark, it is murky, and that is a very tough condition for them to dive in.
Our fire department, DC Fire and EMS, supported by fire departments and police departments from across the Washington metropolitan region, are executing a rescue operation in the Potomac River. They are working diligently in very dark and cold conditions, cold water, to execute this rescue operation.
Tonight, I spoke with President Trump and his team in the Situation Room. I had a conversation with Secretary Pete Hegseth as well, and then with the Kansas delegation and the mayor and others in leadership, as well as Governor Youngkin from Virginia and Governor Kelly from Kansas.
American Eagle Flight 5342, operated by PSA Airlines, a CRJ 700 aircraft traveling from Wichita, Kansas to Washington Reagan National Airport, has been involved in an accident near Washington, D.C. It appears to have collided with a military aircraft on approach. Flight 5342 was under the command of 4 crew members and carried 60 passengers for a total of 64 people on board. We are actively working with local, state, and federal authorities on emergency response efforts, and the American Airlines care team has been activated to assist our passengers and their families. We're cooperating fully with the National Transportation Safety Board in its investigation and will continue to provide all the information we can. Our cooperation is without pause, and we want to learn everything we can about today's events.